Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier session, we had seen about the radio button widget in TK Inter. We had also seen on one of the code examples involving radio button. And in today's session, let's move ahead and see another code example for radio button. So in the earlier code example, we had created three radio buttons with the help of R1, R2, R3 as the variables and radio button. Let me show the code. So we had created three radio buttons R1, R2, R3 separately. That is radio button for R1, radio button for R2, radio button for R3. Here there were only three radio buttons, so we could give R1, R2, R3. What if there are n number of radio buttons on the screen and user has to select one particular option? Then we cannot keep on writing R4, R5, R6 and go on till Rn. So in such scenarios, we can create a for loop, and with the help of one radio button and a for loop, we can create multiple radio buttons. So that is what we'll see in this particular code example. So I want my output to be as follows. So you have a t-shirt and you want to select the color for your t-shirt. So some options, color options have been specified and you can select any one of them. Suppose I select pink and I say click. It says you selected pink color for your t-shirt. So these are the radio buttons. There are many radio buttons. So with the help of for loop and a list, we can iterate over the list, and by using a for loop, we can create the radio buttons. So let's move on to the code now and see how it works. So I'm having from tk inter import star win equal to tk and win dot main loop. And now let's write the code. So firstly, I want my label widget to display select your t-shirt color. So firstly, let's go in for the label widget. So let me call it as label1 equal to label. Place it in the main window. Text is equal to select the color for your t-shirt. So this is the text, and let me give the font equal to Arial, 30. So this is my label widget. Now I have to pack it on the main screen. So let me say label1 dot pack. So it is placed on the main screen or the main window. Now I have to create a radio button. I have to create n number of radio buttons. In this case, I have to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 radio buttons. So for this, let me create a list initially called colors. So let me create my list equal to list, and within this particular list, let me have tuples. Red is nothing but the text and 1 is nothing but the value for the radio button. So we have one tuple inside the list. Let me have another 6 tuples we have to have totally for 6 colors. So then let me say blue, comma 2, then green, comma 3, then pink, comma 4, then yellow, comma 5, then gray, comma 6. So these are the 6 colors. Red is the text what we want to display for the radio button, and 1 is the value. Again, blue is the text, 2 is the value, green text value, text value, text value, and text value. So colors is my list which is holding all the color which we want to display on the screen. Now let me create my radio buttons. For this, let me loop in to the colors list and fetch each of the colors individually for the radio buttons. So for text 1 comma text 2 in colors is nothing but our list. So text 1 will have red, text 2 will have 1 for the first iteration. For the second iteration, text 1 will have blue, text 2 will have 2. Similarly, for third, fourth, fifth, sixth iterations, it will have the text and the value. So for text 1 comma text 2 in colors, let me say R1 is equal to radio button, place it in the main window. Text is equal to whatever text it has to display is equal to text 1. So the first one, that is red, blue, green, pink, yellow and gray. For the first iteration it will have red. So initially for the first iteration our text will have text 1. Value is nothing but equal to text 2. So for the first iteration value will have the value equal to 1. And then my variable, where the variable to which this value goes when we click the radio button. So this particular variable equal to color. So it's a tk inter variable. So we have to define it like say color equal to int var, because it holds an integer variable. So variable is equal to color. And now I have to pack this particular radio button. So I say r1 dot pack. So I've packed the radio button onto my screen. So this for loop iterates. First red will be the text 1 and value will be 1. For the second iteration text 1 will be blue, value will be 2, then green 3, pink 4, yellow 5, gray 6. So 6 radio buttons get created and we are given it within the for loop. Since it iterates 6 times, 6 radio buttons get created. One for red, blue, green, pink, yellow and then gray. Now I have to create my click button. So for this, let me say button 1 equal to button. Place it in the main window. Text is equal to click and command is equal to show. So it has to call the show function whenever we click on the click button. Now let me pack it on the main screen. So button 1 dot pack. Then I have to create a label for displaying my message. So label 2 is equal to label. Place it in the main window. Label 2 dot pack. Now I have to write the function for show. So let me write it initially. So def show function. And what is the function? What does the function have? So whatever variable value is there in color, I want to check. If it is 1, I want to store it as red. If it is 2, I have to store it as blue. For 3, it is green. So here I am checking if the variable, that is color dot get e- equal to 1. So when will the color variable have the value 1? When it is red. When we click on the red radio button. So let me say choice equal to red. Choice equal to red. So I'm storing my choice as red when the value is 1. And similarly, let me copy it. So 6 times I have to copy, 5 times. And when the value is 2, I want choice to be blue. When the value is 3, I want choice to be green. When the value is 4, choice has to be pink. When the value is 5, choice is yellow. And when it is 6, choice is gray. And now I have to store it. I have to give the text which I have to display on the label widget. So the text would be you selected space concatenation symbol choice, again concatenation, you selected choice, and then space color for your t-shirt. So this is the full string. If the option is 4, then choice will have pink. If the option is 5, if the get whatever option user selects, if it is 5, then choice will be yellow. And this we have to display it on our label. So label2 dot config text is equal to variable 1 comma font equal to Arial and then 20. So this is the entire program which we have written for displaying this particular output. Firstly, select your t-shirt color. It's a label widget. So select the color for your t-shirt. Then I'm having 6 radio buttons. So with the help of for loop, the values are there in the list, and with the help of for loop we created 6 radio buttons. Then I am having my button 1, which is nothing but click. So this is the click button, and when I select the radio button and click, the show function gets called. So this is the show function which gets called, and if the option is equal to 1, if user clicks on red, the value would be 1. So this one will go into the variable color. So color dot get is the function which gets the value which is present in color. So if it is 1, choice is red, 2 blue, 3 green, 4 pink, 5 yellow, 6 gray. Then in a variable I am storing you selected red color for your t-shirt. Choice is red. Suppose choice is red, then it will say you selected red color for your t-shirt, and this particular text variable 1 I am saving it in text. So label2.config text is equal to variable 1, so it gets displayed on the label widget. So now when I run the code, So firstly, let me close my window, TK Inter window. Now if I run the code, label 1 is not defined. So it should be label 1. Now if I run, okay, this is my screen. Now let me click on gray button and press on the click button. Then it says you selected gray color for your t-shirt. So when I clicked on 6 option, the choice will have gray. Then it will say you selected gray color for your t-shirt, and that will be displayed on the label widget. So this is how this particular function works, program works, I mean. So label, radio buttons, button, and again a label widget for displaying our output. So friends, if you want to have many radio buttons, then you can go in for a list, store all the values, and with the help of for loop, iterate each item one by one and create radio buttons for each of the items. So hope so friends, it is clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.